Welcome back, everyone, to the Kansas City Royals franchise here on MLB The Show 21. Here are your trade results. We had 3 options available for you to vote on. All first basemen. We had Colin Moran, Anthony Rizzo, and CJ Cron. And as you guys can see, 14 total responses, and 7 of them went to CJ Cron's side. So you guys really like the CJ Cron trade. I think it was the cheapest option for us with the most bang for our buck. We're really only giving up Carlos Hernandez, a starting pitcher, 25 years old. Doesn't really seem to be fitting in with the mold of the team, where we're going to go in the future of the series. And Edward Olivares, we've got a pretty loaded outfield as it is right now, and he's just not getting any time, not really getting the call to the major league level, and it just seems like the right move to make. So now we've got CJ Cron, a right-handed power hitter, first baseman. We got Ryan O'Hearn as a lefty first baseman, so these two guys are going to split time with each other. And now you got to really determine who we're going to call down at this point. Hunter Dozier, Hanser Alberto, kind of the backup first basemen as right-handed hitters to Ryan O'Hearn's lefty. And it just seems like Hunter Dozier has had enough run for me. You know, this is a guy that was hitting .216 in the regular season, so it's just kind of like, you know, Hunter, you've had your chances, you've had your opportunities here with this team. You know, you've had 2 years, basically. This is year number 3, and, you know, it's about time that we've had to make a decision. And, you know, Hunter Dozier is not a bad player in real life. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he's a solid little player, but, you know, it's just one of those deals where, you know, guys move on and we move on as an organization, and maybe he'll get the call up here in September. We'll see. You know, things happen. Maybe CJ Cron doesn't work out. Maybe Hanser Alberto with a little bit of an increased role at some point against lefties. Maybe he's gonna flame out as well. So a lot can happen. You never want to just totally give up on all of your assets, right? But that's how you gotta view it sometimes. Is like, your players are your assets, and you don't want to give up on them too quickly. You don't want to give up on them at all. You want to try to give them as many opportunities as they can. But in the show, at least in this simulation, Hunter Dozier has not really, you know, moved the needle for us in any regard. So hitting .216 with as much sample size as he had, you know, it doesn't really bode well for a playoff stretch and a playoff run that we're trying to make. Looking at some of the completed transactions across the league, we've got some trades that have went down since the 19th. We're even going to go even further than that. Randy Rosarena now being acquired by the Brewers. Saw a trade a little bit earlier, Jackson Sane. I didn't mention that when it came up on the screen, but something to note about Jackson Sane. This guy was a custom prospect that was drafted by the Detroit Tigers, and he ended up getting traded to the Mariners. And then now the Mariners have traded him to the Oakland Athletics. So this guy has had a very rough go of it. Jackson Sane, this shortstop. And it kind of happened a little bit to your custom guys. I know Douglas Taylor, a first baseman for the Red Sox, was moved on from there over to the Texas Rangers now. So the CPU is looking at these guys like, you know, you're expendable. You're on the block. We could get some value for you. So it's kind of a cool little tidbit there. Just seeing how your prospects are moving around the league. But little update for you guys with the trades across the league. Kind of give you that update, see where guys are going to be at as we move forward in this series. And then looking at some of the contract negotiations before we get into gameplay here today, I'm looking at what are we looking like in the future, right? So Jordan Montgomery is a guy that he's helping us bridge from the young pitching staff to a playoff contender. But the type of production that he's been providing right now isn't really going to cut it for me. We've got young pitchers that are ready to come up now. I think in this year 4, we got guys that can come up there. So Jordan Montgomery, I'm going to leave him alone. If it gets to a point where we got to re-sign him, we just have to do it, then I'll do it. Kyle Zimmer, I'm going to let him go. You saw Mondesi get a contract extension. I think even though he's hitting under 200 right now in this season, he's so valuable to this team and this organization. You got to keep him here. He's like a core piece of what we're doing, so you got to keep him here. Jake Junis, not bringing him back either. I don't think that's a move we want to make. Scott Barlow is arbitration eligible. We can bring him back on the cheap. Eric Mejia, all the way up to an 80 overall. I'd like to bring him back, but his contract is renewable at $80K. So I'd love to do that. Asa Lacy, I think he's renewable. Yes, he's renewable, so we got to bring that back on that cheap end contract. Ryan O'Hearn and Hanser Alberto, it's kind of a weird thing for me, man. It's kind of a weird thing for me. I don't think Ryan O'Hearn has earned the contract that he's asking for. So we're going to let him walk. I did bring Hanser Alberto back, so I love the 99. It's like you can't go wrong with the 99 contact against lefties. Jackson Kowar, he's renewable. We'll do that for him. He's a 75A. Got to do that. And then Starling, Paxton, Cueto, Lovelady. Lovelady's the only guy in that group that I want to bring back. He's 27, 68, lefty, has some good stuff. I pitch well with him in gameplay, even though it's usually only down in that AAA update videos that I provide you guys. But, you know, Paxton and Cueto, again, were kind of like the Jordan Montgomery thing. I acquired them so we could push this team who really overperformed in year one. We almost made the playoffs in year one. Cueto, Paxton signed to a long-ish deal, a 2-year deal in the offseason of that year to try to get us to the point where we're actually making playoff pushes to get into contention. So I feel like the moves were smart back then. It's obviously worked as planned. We've been a playoff contender since year 2. We're a playoff contender now. We're in first place in the Central. And I think it's just time that, you know, those guys move on. We don't really need those guys anymore. You know, we've got the young pitching now that is ready to contribute and ready to go. And ready to take this thing into a full-on dynasty, a full-on franchise. You know what I mean? So, Royals are in a good position. Basically, summarize that all up, we're in a good spot. All right, let's take on a team that is not in a very good spot. The Pittsburgh Pirates. We're taking on Miguel Diaz. First batter up is Whit Merrifield. Top first, full count. Perfect. The wind must be blowing in big time. How do you get a perfect? And it's not even a gapper. It's not even over the guy's head. Come on now. Benintendi's going to get on with a walk, hitting .314 on the season, one of the best hitters in the American League. And then we got a double play ball started by first baseman there. Nice ground ball from Ketel Marte. So too easy for Pittsburgh to get out of that inning. Brady Singer's having himself a career season now. 11-3, 3.3 ERA. He's been pitching well. Aiton Letterman, National League Rookie of the Year from a year ago, is going to get a base knock as a leadoff single. He's a good player, man. Don't sleep on Aiton Letterman. Ground ball here, past Whit Merrifield. That's another base hit. It's back-to-back hits for the Pirates. And with 2 on in the bottom of the first and nobody down, we've got Brian Reynolds in a 1-2 count. Fastball inside. And Brady Singer's going to strike him out. Shakes his head. Didn't like the call, but you know what? We'll take it. Here's Colin Moran, 298, 22 homers. Was a part of our trade deadline propositions, and you guys might have made the right call. Colin Moran strikes out on a nice, nasty pitch by Brady Singer. The changeup. Getting that thing working early. Next batter up, Kevin Kramer. A little ground ball, a little chopper, and Merrifield's got to avoid the runner. That could have been pretty nasty had he run into each other. I mean, would have been runner interference, but either way, we do get the out. We get out of the inning. Top second, Salvi gets on with a base knock here. That's the first hit for the Royals, and we're back on base with a leadoff single. After a strikeout, we've got C.J. Cron coming up, the newly acquired C.J. Cron. Going to lift a high fly ball deep to left, and it looked like you can see the PCI there. Just missed it a little bit, but had C.J. Cron gotten a hold of it, he probably would have done some pretty good damage there. Now, it is righty against righty. Honestly thought about playing Ryan O'Hearn today, but as you guys know in the thumbnail, I can't do that. I got to get you guys to see the newly acquired C.J. Cron. Got to get him into gameplay. It's not like his hitting against righties is bad, per se, either. But let's go to the bottom of the third. Letterman is going to strike out. That's a nasty changeup yet again. Brady Singer's got that pitch working. Here's a line drive here in the bottom of the third. That's going to be a base knock. Mondesi trying to cut this thing off. He does. Good throw into second. Not in time. That's going to be a 2-out double for Evans. Next batter up, Brian Reynolds. Ooh, fastball that just served the other way. And that is going to be good for an RBI double. And Pittsburgh, of all teams here, right? Of all teams, they're going to take the lead on us. First place in the AL Central. We are losing. Line drive right back to C.J. Cron. That's from Colin Moran. Again, guys, you might have made the right call on C.J. Cron for Colin Moran. Love it. Here's a fly ball. Going to fall in right in front of center fielder Reynolds. That is C.J. Cron on base. Ground ball here. Moran back over to second. Around the diamond. Around the horn. Double play ball. And we're now here in the bottom of the fifth inning with nothing counts. And Aiton Letterman, deep fly ball. Left fielder. Ketel Marte makes the play. Gotta love Ketel Marte out there, man. Now, if Benintendi was out there, there's no way. I think he would have definitely let that thing drop. But let's go to the top of the 6th. Whit Merrifield in the gap. No perfect there. Witten didn't knock this one down. He's going to get on with a 2-out triple in the top of the 6th inning. And Miguel Diaz, to this point, has been pitching very well. Benintendi got a good pitch to hit. You can see the PCI placement. Just got on top of it. That's a hard-hit ground ball to end the inning. Next inning, bottom 6th. Reynolds going to strike out on the change. Ground ball here. Moran to Baez. Makes the easy throw. Still a 1-0 game here. Pittsburgh. 0-2 count. Ketel Marte. Oh, baby. Lean back. Home run. Solo shot for Ketel. That's his 18th on the season. Exit velo was not very hard. 98.2. Just literally just put it up in the air. So the wind must have shifted, guys. Wind must have totally shifted. But we're still top 7. CJ Cron put a charge into this one. Again, just missed it. And a little bit late on the timing. Foul ball, but that's a nice play out there in right field. Brady Singer gets out of the 7th inning. Still a 1-1 game. We gotta get it done here, guys. We can't lose to Pittsburgh. We can't do this. We can't start off the video with a loss. Can't have that happen. Brent Honeywell is going to be the new pitcher coming on for the double shift. And we got Ke'Bryan Hayes trying to get revenge on his old team. Nothing he could really do about it because, you know, we acquired him. And again, you know, Pittsburgh traded him too, so they got rid of him. So I guess, yeah, I guess that still applies. Trying to enact revenge. Strike 3. You're on. See ya. Mondesi. Try to check his swing. Can't do it. That's why he's hitting 200. Under 200. We got to do something, though. We got to get this offense moving. Ryan O'Hearn, lefty on righty. 3-1 counts. Change up. Probably smart that you took it. Live to fight another pitch. We'll see what happens here. 3-2 count. Honeywell delivers. O'Hearn checks his swing. Could have been called a strike. But it's going to be a walk. It's going to lead us to Whit Merrifield coming up in an 0-2 count. And he's going to hit a ground ball to left fielder. And it's bobbled. Are we going to go? No. Go back. Go back. The throw gets away, though. We're still going to hold, though. It's getting crazy. Craziness is happening here at PNC Park. And Benintendi checks his swing. Wanted to go around, but he checks his swing, and now it is up to Ketel Marte, who hit the solo home run back in the 7th inning. We'll see what happens. 0-0 count, and Ketel Marte, deep drive to right, and it's going to be caught. Base is juiced. We had everything going for us. The momentum was in our favor, and we just couldn't cash in. So bottom 8, Josh Stalmont has been kind of working in as a setup man / closer a little bit here. Kind of just feeling the game out a little bit. Zimmer, not as comfortable with Zimmer as I am with Josh Stalmont. So I do like to use Stalmont in gameplay over Zimmer. And so far, so good. He's got two outs here. That's a strikeout to Haskin. But now he's got to go get Aiton Letterman. This is a tough batter. Real tough batter. So we'll see what the pitch sequence is looking like here. Fastball, low and away, going to miss. Really tough. That should have been called a strike. You can see where that pitch was located. But 102, maybe the umpire was having a problem with lining that up as well. Foul ball here by Letterman. And then that's a nasty, nasty pitch. So you go fastball low, fastball high, then curveball. It looks like it's coming out of your hand as a fastball. You can't hit it. You can't touch it. But at a 1-2 count now, Stalmont, what's the call here? Salvi says curve, but we're going to go fastball low. Fastball low. We got to execute here. Fastball low. Strike 3. Swing and a miss. You can't catch up to that. Trying to hit 102 on the black. It's tough. It's real tough. Let's go to the top of the 9th with CJ Cron coming up. Can he be CJ Clutch? He gets a base knock. Left fielder's not going to bobble this one at all. So, good clean throw back in the 3rd. And now we've got Clay Holmes coming out. 4.4 ERA. 8-1 is his record. And we got Ke'Bryan Hayes striking out. That's a terrible, terrible swing. You can blame me all you want. I'll accept it. Mondesi, again, hitting 200. Got a good pitch to hit. It's right over Kevin Kramer's head into right field. That should score 1. It's Salvi rounding 3rd, heading for home. Kansas City will take the lead 2-1 in the top of the 9th with 2 down. Mondesi with a huge hit. That should be a sign of things to come, my friends. Hopefully. We've got to get this guy out of his first half slump. With the pitcher spot due up and runners in scoring position, we are going to call on Mabrys Valoria, a good left-handed hitter. I could have went with Naquin, but I like Valoria in this situation, and he's going to deliver a base knock. That's going to be 2 runs are going to score. Mondesi comes in from second all the way to home, and Mabrys Valoria delivers the big-time knock. Here's Whit Merrifield. Ground ball to third. Moran overthrows Kevin Kramer. And we're not going to get another run here, but at least on this moment. But, man, it's just when it rains, it pours out here for Pittsburgh. It's like, my goodness. Benintendi, another good pitch to hit, like right down the middle. Little off center, little away from him, but he does fly out. But we are up, guys, 4-1. Bottom 9, Zimmer is going to come on with a pretty substantial lead, a 3-run lead. I like that. I mean, I probably would have gone with Stalmont again if we were only up by 1. Because he was hot, he was pitching well. But Zimmer has got a comfortable lead here, and now we got Colin Moran striking out. Again, I'm going to say it again. I think you guys made the right call. I think Colin Moran might have been a guy that wasn't really going to help us. He's another left-handed hitter. You know, plays third, first. Cheap little option, good hitter, but maybe C.J. Cron was the right answer. I think you guys might have hit that one on the head. Hit the nail on the head for that one. 8 hits today for KC. 4 ribbies, 4 walks on the day. Mondesi with that big double. Merrifield with the big triple. All the hits were big today. Obviously with the offense being at a premium. But Singer really shut down this Pirates lineup. Not that that was difficult to do per se. But, you know, Aiton Letterman leading the way for this team offensively. He's been doing that all season long, even though I think he was like at 240 batting average at that point. But, you know, he's a solid player. It's something that they're going to be relying on in his future. Now, again, with all the custom prospect trades, you know, Aiton Letterman might be on his way out because Pittsburgh, again, they might be thinking we need to get something back for him. Everything's pretty much got to align for a team like Pittsburgh, an organization like Pittsburgh. But you guys can see we're doing a little simulating here to get through the month of August, and it's been kind of a so-so month of August. We're not really, you know, taking the next step, it seems like. But you can see the standings updates now, guys. Yankees are still in first place. Red Sox, Blue Jays, very, very tight AL East battle. And as I kind of mentioned before, Shane Baz is going to move up to the MLB team. So we put him on the 40-man roster after trading 2 players for C.J. Cron that were on our 40-man. We had an empty spot on 40. So we put Shane Baz up. And he's going to be part of our September call-ups as well. He's been pitching well. And then look at Ryan McBroom. Do you see Ryan McBroom's numbers? Do you see the plus 12 in the power? I have never seen that. I've never seen that. In all my time that I've played the show, I've never seen something like that. It's crazy. So he would be a guy that I'm really thinking about moving to the MLB, and we do, to get him up there on that 40-man. There's nothing wrong with bringing up Ryan McBroom at this point. I know I've been kind of jockeying him back and forth in this series because he is very, very streaky. He's extremely streaky in sim and gameplay. I mean, we've tried it in year 1 and tried it in year 2, the righty-lefty platoon between McBroom and O'Hearn. But I think adding him to the mix, if C.J. Cron ever needed a day off, you could put McBroom in as your DH, as your first baseman against lefties. Like you could have that nice mix there. So we're actually going to use McBroom in this gameplay. We're going to get C.J. Cron at first. We're going to get McBroom at DH. It's a tough team in Houston, and this should be a solid game. You know, this is a team in Houston that is in first place in their division. They're battling against the LA Angels at this point. And, you know, we're trying to just pass the bar test again, really. I mean, we played the Yankees in the last episode. We played the Red Sox in the last episode. We beat them pretty good. We haven't played Houston yet. We got to see what we're made of, really. That's what it comes down to. But we see Brian Hayes with a base knock here. That's a double. And we get the runner to move over. Here's a deep drive by Salvi, deep to left, but we're done. Alvarez going to make the play at the warning track. Thought he got a hold of it, but apparently not. Daniel Lynch in 11 starts is 11-5 on the season, and he's been pretty solid. You know, as much as I've kind of downgraded Daniel Lynch in this series, because he's also been a guy that's been streaky, he's seen some nice progression. We're giving him a chance in the bullpen. He finally got the call. He won a job in the pen from spring training, and he's been all right. He's been solid. I can't really complain too much. We get out of the top of the first inning, guys, in the bottom of the first. No runs scored for us, but here we are in the top of the second. We got C.J. Cron with a base knock, and then Javi Baez. Ground ball here to Bregman. He's going to fire back over to second, over to first. Not in time to get the double play, but we will get the one out as a force out at second. Here's Benintendi. Base knock right past Framber Valdez. Almost took his kneecap off. Here's McBroom. Oh! I wanted that for McBroom so badly. Just foul, and then he's going to strike out here. It's a clutch situation right now, though. Mondesi coming up. Ground ball to third. Bregman takes semi-easy throw. It's a shorter throw, especially with his momentum carrying him backward. Probably the smarter throw to go to second anyway, so he makes the play. Lynch. 1-2 count here against Gary Sanchez, and Bosch. See you later. The lefty against the righty. Gary Sanchez. It's his 29th home run. He just didn't miss it. He's just geared up for the fastball. He just totally didn't miss it. Still bottom two. Now with 2 down, and we got a base knock here. Benintendi, again, just an adventure in right field, man. I say that phrase so often. I know you guys hear it from me often, but I don't know how else you can explain it. Every time Benintendi is trying to make a play out there, it's just he just misreads a ball. And then, oh, we got a throw going away here, but Perez with the wherewithal, the awareness. Going to throw out Degotti, going to second base, trying to take that extra. We got a 2-0 game here. Here's a ground ball past Bregman. That's Ke'Bryan Hayes, the base knock in the top of the third. With 1 down, that gets us going again. Here's Ketel Marte. And swing and a miss. And a nice changeup at 90 from Framber Valdez, number 2. 1-2 count to Salvi. Here's a deep drive to left. Did he get a hold of this one? A little bit deeper, but not enough. Alvarez, again, at the track, making the catch. Lynch is going to get his first strikeout here. Good pitch. Michael Brantley coming up. Strike 3. That pitch was called. Nice fastball. 2 strikeouts now. Here's the next batter coming up. Bottom third, 2 down. That's Degotti, I believe. And get the ground out. Top 4, C.J. Cron. We need some offense, buddy. Let's get it going. Deep drive to right. That's gone. Thought it might have been a home run for a little bit, but 369. It was a line drive home run, and Framber's looking around like, how in the world did that thing get out? C.J. Cron with a big-time swing, big-time power. Good effort out there in right, but just couldn't quite line it up and nab it. Deep drive here is a changeup that just missed, and Javi Baez, back-to-back, baby. His 28th on the season. Look at that. You see that exit velo? 87.5. The thing just, like, floated out there. Benintendi. Oh, my God. Are we going to get back-to-back-to-back? Nope. Yordan Alvarez makes the catch at the warning track. Here's Ryan McBroom. That's a base knock. We're starting to time up Framber Valdez. It's obvious to me now, right? The offense is clicking, and we're trying to get a little sneaky here. Just a little bit sneaky. Brandon Belt makes the play at second, and man, oh man, that sucks. You know, hindsight's 20/20, but man, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Here is a 2-1 count to Merrifield. We're going to go take second base with a steal, so at least we get the base back. And a full count here. Framber Valdez is going to miss, and we get our runners back. We worked that to get to a point where we get our situation back. But Ke'Bryan Hayes, ground out here to Bregman. That's going to do it for the 4th, but it was a good 4th inning for us. Really was. We had the 2 home runs, right? We had some pressure on the base path there. It was a good inning. I think Daniel Lynch has learned not to give Gary Sanchez a fastball. He swung right through that curveball, so I got to love to see that. Ketel Marte with a base knock here to lead us off, and then double play. Top of the 5th inning. Couple pitches in, double play. C.J. Cron comes up in a 1-1 count. That's a ground ball. And oh, he dropped it. Brandon Belt couldn't corral it. We might have life here. Baez, deep drive into the gap. Get down. C.J. Cron, we're going to send him. We're going to round him past third, headed for home. Here comes the relay throw coming in. He's out at the plate. Ugh. That's frustrating. Ugh. You could have argued it, man. You could argue that we should have kept him there. Should have kept everybody there. Ketel Marte makes a bad route to the baseball, but either way, it is a double. Probably going to be a double anyway. Kevin Kiermaier, little looping Texas leaguer, or a Houston leaguer, as you might be able to call it here at Minute Maid Park. And that's going to be an RBI for Kevin Kiermaier. It's now 3-2 Houston. Alex DeGotti is not going to miss this fastball. High and inside. That's a 2-run shot. 5-2 is your score. And I think it's just time to get Daniel Lynch out of there, right? He's trying to challenge the fastball inside, but the Astros are ready for it. They're not missing. You got Sanchez with the home run. You got DeGotti with the home run. And to keep kind of the lineup the same for Houston, don't let them get into the mix of, changing guys in and pinch hitting and swapping and subbing. Let's get the big maple out here, right? Let's get the veteran out here. Let's calm this game down a little bit, reset the tone, and James Paxton gets 3 straight outs. Now you guys might be wondering, why was James Paxton, with his record at 9-3, why was he out of the rotation anyway? After the talk about this home run by Ryan McBroom, a deep shot. That's going to help us out, guys. 5-3. Look at it, where this thing lands, up in the railroad. Ryan McBroom just mashes against lefties. That was the hardest hit ball today. 102 exit velo. But going back to the Paxton ordeal, he had been seeing a lot of regression, and he's actually started to get some regression. You could see it in his attributes, but not only that, but his statistics started to kind of inflate a little bit. So the smart move was to move him to the bullpen, and he's been effective. Been very effective back there. But we still got another situation here that we got to get it done. We got Mondesi with that base knock. He has stolen base. Again, another 2-1 count that turned 3-1. So a good situation to start moving. And now you've got Ke'Bryan Hayes going deep. That's going to be a home run for Ke'Bryan. A 2-run shot for him. 102 as well. So Framber Valdez getting hit hard in the last 2 innings for Kansas City. And he's done. I think the manager has seen enough. And, this game is back to being tied. Gotta love it. Jake Odorizzi coming out, guys, in a 5-5 game. He's going to strike out Ketel Marte. Just getting a little anxious, I guess. Just trying to do too much. Here's a ground ball. Just Baez, I should say. We're out of the inning. So Gary Sanchez grounds out. 2-2 in the top 7. We got Odorizzi against C.J. Cron. See you later. Yordan Alvarez didn't even move. Another 102 exit velo shots, and that is going to give Kansas City the lead. CJ has got 2 home runs today, and this one, none other than the biggest hit of the night. 6-5. Here's Benintendi giving chase, and he's going to let this one fall again. Oh, God. With the bottom of the 7th inning, we needed a big play defensively, and he can't come up. That's a 2-out triple. And we are in a sticky situation here. Ground ball. C.J. Cron dives for it, makes the throw. If he doesn't get the out, that's a tie game. C.J., baby. You guys made this trade happen. I hope you feel proud of this. Look at the moves out there at first base by big man Cron. C.J. clutch. I love it. Let's go to the bottom 8th as we get a runner on base here and a little flip. Oh, C.J. probably could have just tagged him, but either way, guys, we've got Yordan Alvarez now against Josh Stalmont with 1 down. And the situation calls for in this part of the game, a 2-run homer, you're losing now, right? And he hits really well against righties. So walk him, put him on, get a 1-2 count here against Bregman, and we strike him out. That's exactly what we wanted right there, but really shooting for the ground ball, but a strikeout will do just fine. Strikeout's going to do just fine. So Stalmont is doing amazing right now, but Gary Sanchez now is coming up, and you already know, no fastballs to this guy, right? No fastballs. We'd start him off with the curveball inside. It's a nice pitch. Get him off balance a little bit. But now we are going to challenge him with the fastball right down the middle. That is a ballsy move, and he missed. 102 after seeing the curveball. He missed. He popped it up to C.J. Cron. Next inning, top 9. Salvi gets some insurance. Hit that railroad track, baby. 7-5. Gotta love it, this team, man. This team, 108. That is an absolute moonshot. 108 for Salvi. Strike 3 on Brandon Belt in the bottom 9. We're still sticking with Josh Stalmont. That's a strike 3 on Kevin Kiermaier. Swinging right through it. Just don't even know what he's swinging at anymore. He's so confused. Ground ball here to Javi. 1 more out, baby. Makes the throw, and Kansas City will beat Houston at Minute Maid Park on the road. Gotta love this team, dude. I said it before, but man, this team we've got it going. We've got it going. We've got everything moving in the right direction. The CJ Cron trade, you guys knocked it out of the park, man. 3 for 5 today, 2 home runs, 2 ribbies. What else is there to say? Our offense mashes against lefties. I think that's just our MO. You guys saw the last episode against Eduardo Rodriguez, 6 runs in the first inning, another lefty. John Means, I think we played in Baltimore this season. We had a Baltimore action. We had some Baltimore gameplay. We beat him up too. So this team, I think, yeah, our MO is hitting well against lefties. I think we gotta really hope for a playoff matchup where we go up against some left-handed pitchers. But just as I say that, take a look what's going on here in September. We are 3-7 in our last 10. We still got a substantial lead over the White Sox at 4.5, but there are 5 games left. We got to win those. But, Salvi is out now. 1 to 2 months. And we are 3 games ahead of the Twins and 3 games ahead of the White Sox. He's done. He's done for the year. He's not going to be in the playoffs. He's out. There's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to say. We're not going to be playing into November. October's it. He's done. And as you can see, we called up MJ Melendez, but guys, we lose the next 2 games against the White Sox. We are 1-9 in the last 10. We are 2 wins in our last 13 games. We have 1 game left. You want to know who that game is against? The White Sox. If we lose that game 162, if we lose game 162, we go to 1-game playoff against the White Sox in game 163. But playoff-wise in the AL, we got some weird things happening here. So Boston wins. They had to win in order to make the playoffs. They did. They beat Baltimore. They got to win. They're in. The Angels have won. Now Houston has to win their game against Seattle in order to force a 163. And they do. So Houston beats Seattle. And that is your playoff picture for the American League. Royals, White Sox still have yet to be decided. Game 162 still yet to be played. If we lose, that's a 163 against the White Sox. Astros, Angels will play in a 163 to determine that wild card team. So that's your setup, guys. That's your setup. We are 1 game ahead of the Sox. We got to beat them in 162 if we want to win the division and avoid a 163. So guys, that is your video today. I will see you in a live stream. Yes, we will be live streaming the White Sox game 162. And if we lose, we'll have to live stream the 163. But guys, that is it for today's Kansas City Royals episode. Leave a like if you like this thing. Do you think we're going to get it done in the next time that I see you? I will be live streaming at about 8, probably 9 o'clock actually, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll give you guys a schedule. Look for it on the community post. And if you see me live, you'll know. And just come on in, head on in. I hope we can get the W. I haven't lost in gameplay in quite some time, but you know, crazier things have happened, and it's always tough when you do it live. It's a little added pressure. So guys, I'll see you in the next one. Leave a like if you like this thing. As always, thank you for watching. Peace.